How's everybody doing today? What you see here on my bench today is a Husqvarna 455. The owner brought it in, said he wanted me to give it a good once over. Ran last time he used it. We all know what that means. I said, how long's that been? He says, I don't know, 2 or 3 years. Looks to me like it just come out of storage. Kind of zoom in here a little bit and get you. Got the bird droppings on it. Looks like it come right out of the shed or the barn. Got all the dirt down on the handle where it appears like it's probably been sitting on the ground. Maybe or maybe not. Let me run this back out a little bit. There's the underneath side of it. So anyway, ran last time he used it, possibly 2 or 3 years ago, according to the owner. Don't know what we're going to find. I don't even know if it turns over. Yeah. Actually, it's got a little bit of compression too. So, we'll start right here. This is going to be a fairly short video. I'm not going to go too deep into it today. This is just going to be a general, let's check it out, see what's going on. Doesn't look too awful dirty in there. I've seen it be 20 times worse than that. Let's take the filter off. Yeah, it looks clean down inside the air horn there, so that's a good sign. The filter itself doesn't look too bad. Doesn't look like it's had a lot of run time on it. He says he supposes the fuel lines, primer bulb is really hard. It appears like somebody's been in here. Again, let me zoom in here. See that? It's got Tyvek lines in it. The lines themselves really are not that hard. This bottom one here, it's kind of hard, but this top one here is kind of flexible. I personally don't like Tyvek. I've been through the same issues with Tyvek that everybody else has. You start off thinking it's a good product for the price. It's relatively inexpensive, only to come to find out that it's not very good at all because it doesn't hold up to the ethanol. So they'll definitely get changed. I can't see the pulse line. Now there it is. It looks like it's original. I'll definitely do a pressure vac test on it, just to make sure. I'll pull the muffler, but I can tell you from pulling it over, it's probably still going to be decent on the piston cylinder. Looks like it's got a fairly new spark plug, so there's something that we can do relatively easy. Let's pull this plug and see what it looks like. Oh, this plug looks great. I don't know how much run time it's on it. Try to get it in here where you can see it. It's coming from this side. There you go. Nice light brownish tan color. Looks like it's been burning good. This is a fairly new, this is a BPMR 74 NGK plug. Don't know if you'll be able to see that. It is blue writing. So, this might be even a good candidate before I pull the muffler to do a little bore scope on it. I won't do that in this video. Basically, this is all I wanted to do today. There is no gas in it. Man, that's strong. It's got the original fuel line down in the tank. Well, no, I'm not even sure that's the original fuel line, because that's not the spiral wound. The filter looks like it's about 1.5 inches. It's wedged back in the back corner about 1.5 inches up off the floor of the gas tank there. The fuel line comes in, loops clear up around the front here, and then loops back with the filter laying on top of the line that comes down through. And then it's jammed back in that corner. So there's no way that this saw could have ran itself out of gas. It would have still had at least 1/8 of a tank of gas left, and quite a bit of dirt down in there. I see a lot of settlement, a lot of oil buildup. Things ran. So, that's about all I'm going to do today. I doubt if I post this as a standalone video, I'll come back and add some more to it. So, okay. Till we start it back up. See y'all later. Okay. Here's the Husqvarna 455. Been sitting in the guy's barn for Lord knows how long. Got all kinds of debris on it. He said it ran last time he used it. Thought it needed fuel lines. So as we've seen in the previous video, it's got some Tigons on it. I've not done anything else to it now except for take the top cover off, take the spark plug out. Of course, we've done that on the last video. It does have some compression. I just want to find out if this thing will run before I put too much time in it. So I just got an eyedropper. I've got a little bit of mixed gas right here. I'm just going to put some right down in the spark plug hole and see if we can't get this thing to fire off. And this isn't a whole lot. That ought to be plenty good enough. Kind of clean it up there a little bit. Remember, this was the one that had the real tan color looking plug. So we'll give it a shot here and see what she does. Let me see. Oh, I did take the clutch cover off of it also. Pull the choke out, turns it on. I'm just going to leave it on high idle. Take you out here. Let's turn you around just a little bit. Ah, looky there. She does run. That is, really, that's kind of surprising. I knew it had spark. I did check to see if it had spark, but that's as far as I went with it. So, okay. Looks like I got to take the power head out of the tank handle here. There's a couple bolts down in there that holds the carburetor on, so I can get to these two Tigon lines here. So I'm going to replace both of them. I'm going to replace the main line coming up out of the fuel tank into the carburetor, and while I've got it apart, I'm also going to put a pulse line on it. I'm going to open the carburetor up to see what it looks like. I may or may not put a kit in it. I probably will. Other than that, I think it's going to be a runner. So okay, you all can figure out how to take handles off power heads. It's got like 3 bolts, 3 taps that hold it on. One here, and one down here on this side. They're all into springs, into AV mount springs. Should come apart fairly easy. This particular trigger has a piece of plastic that goes back into a slot that the trigger pushes against. So it's no big deal there. When you start to pull the power head out, it'll come right out. When you put it together, it just goes right back into a slot. This is one of the easier ones to work on. Okay, till the next video, I'll come back probably as I'm putting some fuel lines in it and explain some stuff, because this has got a bushing down in there, and I actually can see the Tygon line is actually broke out of the bushing. So I'll explain all that stuff when we do the next video. Okay, we'll be back.